A big shout out to Wisdom Lane Middle School and the students there, some of them, subscribe to this channel because they're thinking about their health. And they get 2 recipes every week. Healthy, almost vegan, sometimes vegan recipes. Quick, easy, delicious, fantastic. And you should subscribe too. Think about your health. Get those recipes and... So today's video, okay, because everyone loves tacos, especially the kids over at Wisdom Lane Middle School. So everyone loves tacos, and so today we're making a vegan taco. We're going to use Brussels sprouts. We're going to roast them up with some special kind of ingredients, make them delicious. And then I'm going to use corn. We're going to make a corn salsa. Very easy, very delicious, very nutritious for you. So we're going to make a cheese sauce out of white beans. Fantastic. You're going to love this. The first thing I have to do is roast some garlic. I'm going to need some garlic for the sauce, for the cheese sauce. So I have to roast some garlic. So what I want to do is cut the top off and expose the cloves of garlic underneath. Just like that. So you see? You can see the cloves of garlic all exposed. Now, I just drizzle a little bit of oil on that garlic, otherwise it'll burn. And then just wrap it up in aluminum foil. Make a little pouch. Beautiful. The garlic's going in a 375-degree oven for 30 minutes, and it's going to be sweet and pungent and beautiful. I promise you. Next thing we have to do is Brussels sprouts. We have to cut them. I cut just that. You see that? That's the stem end. It's a little bit ugly, a little bit brown. I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to cut this. Any leaves that are loose, I can take off. And then I'm going to cut this. This is big, so I'm going to cut this in like quarters, maybe sixths. Let me see, because it's really big. See, this is really big, so I'm going to cut this in sixths, each half in thirds. So I get this, that size to it. That's a good size. Now, to this we have to add some special ingredients. First of all, got to add a little olive oil. 2 tablespoons olive oil. And here I used a pound of Brussels sprouts. Okay, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to use about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Not too much salt, a little bit. About a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Always fresh black pepper, fresh ground, great flavor. Got this at Costco. Then I'm going to need 2 Chipotle Peppers. They're smoked jalapenos, and this comes in an adobo sauce. When you buy it in the store, it looks like that. Comes in a little can. Very nice. And this is what it looks like when you open the can. These are Chipotle peppers. Beautiful. Smell terrific. Smoky, spicy, wonderful. I'm going to chop these up. And the sauce that comes in, this sauce, I just throw that right in there. And these peppers, the last thing I'm putting here is a little bit of maple syrup. Don't forget, when you use maple syrup, use the real stuff. Otherwise, you're just adding high fructose corn syrup to it. So I'm going to use a 1/4 cup. There we go. I mix this all up. And you can see it's going to be like sweet and spicy and absolutely delicious. I'm going to spray my sheet pan with some oil. I'm going to dump this right on there like that. I got to dump the Brussels sprouts on there. Spread them out a little bit. Doesn't that look good? Smells good too. Now these Brussels sprouts go right into a 350-degree oven for 20 minutes. Could be a half hour. I gotta check them after 20 minutes and see if they're ready. If not, Then go back in for another 10 minutes. I'll see you then. Okay, so this is frozen corn. I'm not using fresh corn because it's not in season right now. If this was summertime, I may use fresh, but it's not, so I'm using frozen. That's okay. Just make sure you have to do one thing, very important. Buy good corn, good quality frozen corn. The other thing is, you gotta squeeze out some of the moisture. Look how much moisture's in there. Ooh, that's a lot of water. Squeeze that out. Look at that. Hey, look how much water's left, right? That's a lot of water. That would water down your salsa and would give it a very bland taste. So get that water out of there. Next, we have to add some tomato. About a cup of tomato. What you want to do is, see that stem end? You can cut around it. You can buy what's called a tomato shark. It looks like a little melon baller with jagged edges. You can use that to get the stem off. But or use a little paring knife. Get that stem off. And then cut them in half. I take a tomato. I take my finger and put it right in the middle of the tomato. And then squeeze the tomato around my finger. See that? All the seeds just came right out. Then I slice it one way and then dice it. And it's beautiful. Next, we're going to need jalapeno. And it depends on your taste. Do I use a whole jalapeno? Whoa. Or maybe just half jalapeno. I'm going to use a half a jalapeno because I like spice, but I don't want to get too crazy. Okay? So half a jalapeno is good. So I'll save this for later. What I want to do is just cut out what's called the pith. This is where really a lot of the heat is. If you cut this out, you're left with a lot of good flavor. The seeds and this light green inside is called the pith. That's where a lot of the heat is. Okay? And then we're going to cut this really small. So we slice it really thinly. And then cut the other way, really thinly. So we get really fine dice. This is cilantro. Very nice. It's washed already, and I kind of just roll it up, tuck the top in like that, kind of roll it up, and then I'm just going to slice it thin. Alright, I'm going to need about a cup of this. See how I just slice it? Nice and thin. That's what I have. Nicely done. I'm going to use a clove of garlic. Here's how you chop garlic. Smash it. Then you can chop it all you want. And one of my last ingredients is lime juice. A lot of lime juice. I'm going to use 2 whole limes. And what I'm going to do is I roll it to kind of break up the membranes inside so I can squeeze it. Stab it like that. And then I can squeeze it around the fork and I get a lot of juice out of it. I get a lot of juice, and look at that. That's a pretty good job. That's a pretty good job of squeezing out that lime. Woo, looking good. Okay, so last thing we gotta do is add half a teaspoon salt, a quarter teaspoon of my freshly ground black pepper. That's looking good. 1 red onion. Woo! I got that roasted garlic out of the oven. And what you do is just give it a squeeze and look at that. All the garlic just pops right out of there. You see that? Beautiful. Ooh, that's a lot of good looking garlic. White cannellini beans. I like it. I like the color. Gotta put a can of beans in there. Some salt and pepper. Half a teaspoon salt. Half a teaspoon of pepper. And I'm gonna need some vegetable broth. I have a cup of vegetable broth here, 1 cup. I gotta put about half it in there. Okay, looking good. The other thing I have to add is 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. That's going to give me a little cheese flavor. And the consistency with a half a cup of that vegetable broth looks really good. Hey, don't forget, you got to taste this too to make sure there's enough salt in it. Yeah. Ooh, that's delicious, but needs a touch more salt. Let's add a little more salt to it. I'm going to add another half a teaspoon salt, because it does need some salt. Hey, it's been 20 minutes. I think it's time to take this out of the oven. Whoa, I wish you could smell that. Look at that. I'm going to use a flour tortilla, and these are called street tacos by Mission, whatever. But very good, very soft, see, nice, very good. The first thing I do, I like to put my cheese sauce down first. Like that, it kind of flavors the whole tortilla. Then we top that off with some salsa, and then, you know, the Brussels sprouts is the main thing, so I like to put that on top. So I'll take a spoonful of the Brussels sprouts and I'll put it right on top, like that. Hey, if you want to turn this into a real gourmet dish, take a few cilantro leaves and put them on there like that. Woo! Look at that, put them around. That looks fancy. Okay, and then maybe just a few pieces of corn and tomato for some color. Look at that. That's terrific. Hey, this came out really terrific, didn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Hey, you know what else is fantastic? Check that out. Hey, this taco is really good. If you want to try another recipe, check out my quesadilla. Stuffed with bacon. Wow, that's terrific. Don't forget, vegan bacon. That's excellent. And I'll see you there.